What is going on, YouTube? Happy Friday morning to you. Hope you all are well. It's November 1st. It's pretty awesome. Hope you guys are okay after a night of tricks and treats. We didn't get any real tricks from Bitcoin last night, and I was waiting for a treat to the downside, but haven't gotten that either yet. So let's wait and see what we got. I hope you guys are doing okay. Let's jump into the market this morning and see what we've got. Don't forget, hey, while you're watching, just leave a random comment. What's your favorite football team or favorite sports team? That'd be awesome. Or just leave a comment about the channel or any questions you have. Be glad to answer them the best I can. All right, let's jump in. Let's see here. We're on Bitcoin here. That's a 3-minute chart. I was just checking small action, small time frame price action there. All right. Now here's the deal. The count. This is such chop here. It's really hard to understand what's going on. My main bias right now is that we're an expanded flat, and I've mentioned this last several videos that this right here is an A, B, and a C right there. That's an expanded flat, and then we're heading down to the downside. We're going to continue on down. All right. I showed you a couple expanded flats yesterday, and the day before, and the day before. So I'm not going to show you again. But that's the main bias here, and that we need to come down, and we need to start coming down pretty soon. I'm expecting a pretty big candle any time now, but we might go do some sideways action for a little while longer. Now, if my count is correct, and let me just say that if my count is correct, I don't know if my count is correct. There's so many different ways to look at this market. Okay, many different ways to look, and so we have to. I want you to understand that just because this is my bias, this is my count. That doesn't mean that it is golden. It doesn't mean it's definitely going to happen. It just means that this is the way I'm seeing it right now. And out of all of the options, it's the one that I like the best. I'm going to try to offer other options to you so you can understand the potentialities that could come. But nevertheless, I just wanted you to understand that, and you need to understand that no Elliott wave count is perfect until all the information is in, and then we can get better ideas. That being said, though, that doesn't mean we can't trade it. It doesn't mean we can't make educated decisions with our money. And so that's what this channel is all about, giving you the day-to-day wave calls where price action might take us. Okay. All right. So let's just take a peek here. Excuse me. At what we've got. So if the assumption is correct that this is some kind of a C wave, then it looks like this is debatable, but we're going to operate here for a little while. That this is some kind of an not expanded, but a leading wave diagonal. Now that's debatable. It could be a 3-wave something correction. Now if it's a 3-wave something, this is definitely a correction. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's definitely corrective wave. We're looking for a 3-wave something here to be made. But if it's a 5-wave structure, that we could be doing a 5-wave impulse to the downside. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, all of this is so sideways chop and is difficult. My guess is that this is some kind of a 1-wave right here, that this is actually some kind of a leading diagonal right here in the first wave. I'm looking at it now, and it looks a little diagonalish. I don't know if you can see that there. You can kind of see that shape. And when you see that wedge shape things create, then it becomes kind of clear here. So this probably be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be what we have going on. I can't be certain about that, guys. It's hard to tell, but best I can see, we've got kind of a wedge shape there, and looks like we're heading up for a little bit. Now, what are we going to get? I would anticipate a 3-wave move to the upside. That's going to be miserable for me. I might even close out my short right now and wait for that thing to come up. But going to get a 3-wave move to the upside potentially if this is correct, and that'll take us up to about $9,600 to $9,747. Now, this may not be a flat; it may just be a 3-wave. Okay, and so if we interpret this as a 3-wave, right here, right there. If that's a three-wave move, then we've got a three-wave move, a three-wave move, and we should be expecting a five-wave move up here. And that's going to take us a little higher, most likely, and that would be a flat correction in the middle of this. So this would be the first wave, this would be the second wave, and then we'd get another wave to the downside like that. So that's another option that's on the table. So those are some two of the main options I'm looking at personally right now and digging into, and want again, watching to see the potentiality of those things. Now, if we break this high, then that's good news for going up. So that's the first thing you're going to watch. Is let's see if we can break this high right here. If we break this high right here, let's look for a target of 95, 96, and then look for 98.50. 95.50, 96.88, and 98.50 are the three fibs there. Learn how to put those fibs on your chart so you don't need my numbers all the time. You can kind of create your own. I've been teaching that in the Thursday night school, so I encourage you to look at that. So yeah, if it comes up here to the 1-to-1 or the 127, we should expect to push down, and this is some kind of a leading wave here, a leading wave diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. And now, if that's not correct, this is my alternate count. Okay, so if that's not going to, okay, I'm sorry. Let me give you the other upside. Let me just remind you that we would have a three-wave move here. How would this be a three-wave here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there it is right there. That would be the three-wave move to the downside. We would need to see 5 waves here for this to be a flat. Okay, so that would have to come up in 5 waves. That means this wave right here should turn pretty impulsive pretty soon, if it's gonna come on up. Now, if it's neither of those things, then we'll. My nose is itchy. Sorry, guys. If it's neither of those things, then what we've got here is a 1-2, 1-2 to the downside. Okay, I see five waves here. There's a 5-wave impulse. That's one way to interpret that wave. Okay, and then we've got a 2-wave right here. That's kind of an expanded flat. So this would be 1, that would be 2. Let's change colors here so we can see it a little bit better. There we go. So 1 and a 2, and then what we've got here, let me get that out of the way for a minute. This would be coming down more. What we've got here is a 1-wave followed by a 2-wave here. Okay, and it's another expanded flat. And it fits all the parameters of an expanded flat as well. So we'd have an impulse wave here and a 2-wave. So this would be the 1-2 of the downside move. And so we would expect 5 waves to come on down here as well from this wave. And by the size of this wave, they're going to be substantial big waves. Okay. Now what we have then is 1-2. Then this would be the first wave, and this is the second wave of the next wave, guys. So we're getting all these 1-2, 1-2s. Now, that may or may not be, but if that is the case, guys, if this is a 1-2, 1-2, and that's a 1-2, guys, we're going to get a huge move any moment today. It's gonna happen huge. Now, again, that's the downside option. So we've got upside options, we've got downside options. So that's what we're looking at today. That's kind of the wave forecast for the day. Really, Litecoin and Ethereum and XRP and everything are going to follow Bitcoin's lead here. They're all setting up the same way. We just need something to break this range. We're going to have to. We need to break to the upside, or we need to come on down and break this range here. So that's what's got to happen in order for us to get any more clarity in the market. Now, let me talk about the implications of whether it goes up and whether it goes down, okay? So just so we can get ready for that. So if this becomes a flat correction like that, then what we would have on our hands is, change colors here, change that to red, there we go. We'd have an A, a B, and then we need a C wave to the downside. We'd be looking for 83 to $8,600, and then be heading up to the upside from there. And that would be a good long trade to the upside. That would be fantastic if we got that. That would be one potential. The other potential is that this is a one wave followed by a two wave, and then we're going to come down for a big 3, 4, 5, or this would be A, B, and C, and then we get an A, B, C to the upside. That would be better because this would be more of a Z wave, and it needs to be 3 waves. So you get another 3 waves down. That would get us down to the $6,000 region. And that would finish out our correction, at least temporarily. And I think then we'd get a substantial bounce to the upside, back into the 10,000s from there, I would imagine. Even if it's not the bottom of the correction, it could continue on for a while. But that would at least get us to the bottom of this region of the chart. All right, so that's what I'm looking at, guys. That is what I'm looking at. If one more option to look at here this morning. If we should come up to this region right here, let's see, something, come on, something like that. Okay, so this would be some kind of 1, 2, and then we'd get our third wave to the downside. But again, that's pretty large, okay, and so expect a big move like that. So if we don't come up and make a bigger high up here, or a flat correction up here, then chances are we're going to have a really big move to the downside. All right, so I'm still looking to the downside any way you look at it. I'm not looking to go up from here. I don't think that I don't think Bitcoin is done with its correction. I don't think that was the correction. Now we've got a 1, 2. There's just no way the wave structure supports that. The wave structure is supporting a down move. Now, how we get down there, I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I've tried to give you some ideas today, but it might be confusing to you. I'm not sure. I hope not. But anyway. That's what we're looking at, and really Litecoin and Ethereum are looking the same way. So I'll just take a peek at Litecoin. We'll give a nod to Litecoin. Look at that chart. Isn't it gorgeous? It is just gorgeous. Sometimes I'm doing some teaching and I'm doing a lot of drawing. Let's see here. I'm still looking at this 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we got another 1, 2, and we got another 1, 2. Guys, if that's a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, oh man. Guys, it's coming down hard very soon. I would watch Litecoin. Draw this trend line on your chart. If Litecoin breaks that trend line, buddy, it's on. Okay. Whenever Litecoin breaks its trend line, it tends to definitely go down a good substantial amount. So watch this trend line right there. See what she gives us. But that's kind of looking to the downside more so than Bitcoin is. Okay. Let's look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum is actually looking a little bit more down as well than Litecoin is. Not Litecoin, but then Bitcoin is. We've already broken. It's a little bit cleaner chart. Ethereum is. It looks like though Ethereum needs to, if I were to guess, Ethereum needs to kind of come on up here before it comes down. If it doesn't do that, then what we've got in our hands is indeed an expanded flat right there. But it was an expanded running flat, and this is 1 and this is 2. I don't like the shape of that much. I'd rather see something like that just for the shape and then come down. And that would give us a nice 1 wave, a nice 2 wave, and then we'd be coming down. Can't promise you, can't tell for certain what that is. So not certain at all. Let's take prices moving just a little bit to the downside here on Bitcoin. I thought I'd just take a peek at it with you before I leave. See what it's looking like. Nothing much happening there. Looks like we've got an impulse and then a correction. Hopefully we get another impulse here soon to the downside. So, again, whenever you see these trend lines right here, just draw it. Draw that trend line on your chart. If it comes down and touches it and tags it, it's good idea. It's going to bounce on you. A lot of times it'll do that. It'll bounce on up. Or if it comes down and breaks it, then that's a good inclination. It's probably going to come on down. So that's a good practice to have as you're learning to trade. That's a very, very simple strategy, a simple thing you can do. That'll just kind of help you along the way. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, guys, it's been a good morning with you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did. If you made it this far in the video, let me know that as well. And don't forget to just support the channel with your likes and comments and share the content. Thanks so much for all your encouragement. I really, really appreciate it. Till the next time we meet, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good Friday. Bye bye.